Tired of overpriced cities and crowded streets? What if I told you there's a way to live in sunny Florida without breaking the bank? No, not in Miami, not in Orlando, but in peaceful towns where rent is low, homes are still affordable, and your quality of life skyrockets. Imagine waking up to sunshine, palm trees, and affordability, all in the same place. Welcome to Florida, but not the tourist traps. Today, we're unlocking 10 of the cheapest places to live in Florida in 2025. And some of these towns are so overlooked, even lifelong Floridians miss them. Whether you're retiring, working remotely, or just ready to simplify life without sacrificing beauty, this list is for you. Because in a state that's exploding in popularity, the smartest move might be just off the map. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more cost of living breakdowns and relocation ideas every single week. At number 10 is High Springs, a quiet, nature-filled town that feels like Florida before it got crowded. Tucked just northwest of Gainesville, High Springs is the definition of small-town charm. But don't let its size fool you. This place is surrounded by some of the most breathtaking freshwater springs in America. Ginnie Springs, Blue Springs, Poe Springs, and the serene Santa Fe River are all just minutes away. Here, weekends aren't about traffic or malls. They're about paddleboarding through crystal waters or having a picnic under ancient oaks. And the best part? It's affordable. Average rent is around $745 a month, and it's still possible to find homes for under $170,000. That's not a typo. It's one of the few places in Florida where homeownership is still within reach. The cost of living is about 10–12% below the national average, making every dollar stretch further. Groceries, utilities, and local services are all budget-friendly. But High Springs offers more than savings. It offers stillness. It's the kind of place where neighbors know each other by name, where the local diner remembers your order, where kids can still ride bikes without fear. It's popular with retirees, but also with remote workers who want peace and reliable Wi-Fi. Families are drawn to the low crime, good schools, and clean air. Artists and creatives love the pace and the inspiration. And when you need more city services or medical care, Gainesville is just 25 minutes away. You get the benefits of urban life, without the noise or price tag. So if you're dreaming of clean water, quiet mornings, and a mortgage that won't keep you up at night, High Springs might be calling your name. Affordable, peaceful, and beautifully overlooked. Coming in at number 9 is Ocala, a place where affordability meets wide-open spaces. If you've ever dreamed of quiet mornings, horse pastures, and low mortgage payments, this might be your dream come true. Located in the heart of Central Florida, Ocala is known as the horse capital of the world, and with its rolling hills, mossy oak trees, and scenic backroads, it's easy to see why. But what really sets Ocala apart is its affordable cost of living. The median price per square foot here is just $183, far below Florida's average. That means more home for your money, and a lot more space to stretch out. You'll find single-family homes starting in the low 200Ks, and plenty of acreage if you're craving privacy. Rent is also manageable, often between $1,000 and $1,300 a month, depending on location. Ocala's cost of living is 8 to 10% below the national average, and unlike other Florida towns, it still feels untouched by overdevelopment. The vibe here? Peaceful, grounded, and family-friendly. Locals enjoy hiking in the Ocala National Forest, visiting Silver Springs State Park, and riding horseback through open fields. It's a perfect fit for retirees, remote workers, and first-time homebuyers looking to build equity in a growing town. Healthcare access is solid, with Advent Health and HCA Florida facilities nearby. And when you need a big city, Orlando and Gainesville are both within a 1 to 1.5 hour drive. Plus, with recent investments in tech, logistics, and equine industries, the local economy is expanding without raising prices just yet. If you're craving land, quiet, and long-term value, Ocala gives you all three, with southern charm and sunshine included. So whether you're starting fresh or settling down, This might just be Florida's best-kept inland secret. At number 8, we're heading to Deltona, one of Florida's most affordable cities with easy access to both coasts. If you're searching for budget-friendly living near big cities but without the big city stress, Deltona might be your answer. Nestled between Orlando and Daytona Beach, Deltona gives you the best of both worlds. You're just 30-40 minutes from theme parks, beaches, and airports, yet you'll pay a fraction of what it costs to live in either. The median home price here is around $301,000, and rentals typically range from $1,200 to $1,900, depending on neighborhood and home size. That's a major value for a location with this much connectivity. Deltona's cost of living is 5 to 7% below the national average, which means more breathing room in your budget, especially for families and first-time buyers. It's a city of neighborhoods, quiet cul-de-sacs, established communities, and green parks. You won't find a booming downtown, but you will find peace, safety, and space. Schools are steadily improving, and crime rates are lower than many nearby cities. The community is diverse and growing, attracting young couples, retirees, and remote workers alike. You'll have access to beautiful green spaces like Lake Monroe and Green Springs Park, great for walking, kayaking, or family outings. And with new shopping centers and local businesses opening up, it's becoming more self-sufficient every year. Need city energy? Orlando's nightlife, dining, and jobs are right up the highway. Craving a beach day? Daytona's sandy shoreline is under an hour away. Deltona may not be flashy, but it's functional, affordable, and full of potential. It's one of those towns that quietly supports your dreams without draining your wallet. If you're looking for central access, suburban peace, and room to grow, Deltona should be high on your radar in 2025. Number 7 is Edgewater, Florida. Quiet, coastal, and surprisingly affordable. Tucked between the Atlantic Ocean and the Indian River, this small city is one of Florida's best-kept secrets. It's just south of the famous New Smyrna Beach, but far enough to skip the tourist traffic. Rent in Edgewater? You can still find two-bedroom apartments for under $1,000. Starter homes hover between $180,000 and $230,000, with many near the water. That's unheard of for coastal Florida. Edgewater isn't flashy. It's relaxed, simple, and deeply community-oriented. Here, locals fish from their backyards, ride bikes through oak-lined streets, and gather for fresh seafood Fridays. If you're tired of sirens and city noise, Edgewater might feel like an exhale. You'll hear birds, not traffic. You'll see stars at night, not skylines. The cost of groceries, healthcare, and utilities is lower than the national average. And with nearby access to Daytona Beach and Orlando, you're never too far from city fun. But in Edgewater, you get to choose peace first. It's a perfect landing spot for remote workers, young couples, or retirees looking for a slower, softer life. There's also no state income tax, so your paycheck or pension goes further here. The community is growing, but not too fast. That gives you the chance to find great deals before prices catch up. Locals love the riverfront parks, boat ramps, and stunning sunrises. And because it's a little off the beaten path, you'll get coastal charm without coastal prices. If you've ever dreamed of living by the water but thought it was out of reach, Edgewater quietly proves you wrong. It's a place where life slows down, your money stretches further, and every day starts with the sound of waves. At number 6 is Jacksonville. Jacksonville isn't just Florida's largest city, it's also one of its most underrated places to live affordably. It stretches across rivers, beaches, suburbs, and culture in a way no other Florida city does. Here, you'll find neighborhoods for every lifestyle, urban, suburban, even semi-rural. And yet, the average rent for a one-bedroom apartment sits comfortably around $1,100. Want to buy? Starter homes range between $180,000 to $250,000 in 2025. And property taxes? Surprisingly modest for such a large city. The city itself is built around the St. Johns River, offering endless views and waterfront parks. You can kayak through creeks or walk riverside trails right in the middle of town. Then, head 20 minutes east and you're standing on Jacksonville Beach. The job market here is booming, especially in logistics, healthcare, and tech. Major employers like Mayo Clinic, Amazon, and FIS call this city home. Remote workers are flocking here too, for the affordability and fiber internet zones. Jacksonville also boasts over 80,000 acres of green space, more than any city in the U.S. That means forest preserves, biking trails, golf courses, and open-air escape. Neighborhoods like Riverside and San Marco blend history with modern flair. Plus, the city is incredibly family-friendly, with dozens of public parks and reputable schools. Many families relocate here from out of state just for the space and slower pace. It's one of the few places in Florida where you can live affordably and still grow roots. You won't feel like you're just passing through. You'll feel like you've arrived. Jacksonville International Airport makes travel easy, even for budget flyers. And let's not forget, Florida's no state income tax still applies. The cost of living is about 10% below the national average. And still, you're living in one of Florida's most diverse, exciting, and livable cities. Jacksonville may not be flashy, but it's the smart move for those thinking long-term. Affordable, expansive, and ready for your next chapter. At number 5 is Gainesville. Tucked away in north-central Florida, Gainesville is more than just a college town. It's one of the smartest and most affordable cities to live in the Sunshine State. Home to the University of Florida, Gainesville blends academic energy with small-town southern charm. But don't let the student vibe fool you. It's a city with long-term living potential. Median rent for a one-bedroom apartment hovers around $1,050, well below state averages. And home prices? You can still find cozy, well-kept houses for under $210,000 in 2025. Gainesville's tree-lined streets, walkable downtown, and lush green parks give it a relaxed, livable feel. Whether you're biking the Gainesville-Hawthorne Trail or sipping coffee in Depot Park, it's all about balance. There's a thriving healthcare sector here, with UF Health and North Florida Regional Medical Center leading the way. That means job stability, solid infrastructure, and growing opportunity for medical professionals. It's also ideal for remote workers and young families, thanks to fast internet zones and family-oriented neighborhoods. Suburbs like Haley Plantation and Duck Pond offer charm, space, and a sense of calm. Cultural life is quietly rich, with art festivals, indie theaters, and local food markets that rival bigger metros. And yes, college football reigns here too, but so do gardens, galleries, and slow weekend drives. There's no state income tax, and living costs here, about 8% lower than the national average. That's real value in a state where affordability is quickly disappearing. Gainesville offers access to both Atlantic and Gulf coasts in under 2 hours. It's inland enough to avoid the worst of Florida's hurricanes, yet central to everything. Locals describe it as a town that feels like home, even if you've just arrived. It's a place to plant roots, raise kids, or quietly enjoy your freedom years. So if you're looking for affordability, brains, and breathing space, Gainesville quietly delivers what louder cities can't. In a state of flash, this town offers substance, and that's exactly why it ranks this high. Number 4, Lakeland, Florida. A hidden gem nestled between two of Florida's biggest metros, Tampa and Orlando. This isn't just a place on the map, it's a lifestyle waiting to be lived. Here, you can rent for under $1,000 a month and buy charming homes priced between $150,000 and $300,000. That's affordability, without sacrificing access to opportunity. Lakeland is named for its 38 sparkling lakes. Locals bike and jog around Lake Hollingsworth daily. Sunsets here are pure poetry in motion. Downtown is a time capsule with modern flair. Cafes, boutiques, antique stores, all infused with local flavor. Murals bloom across old brick walls like modern-day storytelling. Then there's the swans. Yes, actual swans. royal descendants of a pair gifted by Queen Elizabeth II. They glide through Lake Morton like floating royalty. You're also just 45 minutes from Disney World or the Gulf Coast. So whether you're chasing magic or a beach day, you're covered. Commuters, remote workers, and retirees all call this place home. And for students, Florida Southern College adds youthful energy. Despite its growth, Lakeland remains intimate and welcoming. Front porches have rocking chairs, and neighbors wave by name. Community still matters here, and you can feel it. The local calendar is packed with food truck rallies, farmers markets, and art walks. Every weekend offers something to explore or savor. Lakeland delivers small-town peace with city-like convenience. Affordable, accessible, and deeply authentic. If you're searching for a Florida town with roots, rhythm, and real estate that makes sense, Lakeland is ready when you are. Number 3. Pensacola. Tucked away in Florida's panhandle, Pensacola is more than just a beach town. It's a city built on soul, strength, and sunshine. While Florida's eastern cities often take the spotlight, this Gulf Coast gem quietly delivers affordability without sacrificing charm. Median rent here hovers below $1,100, and starter homes under $250K are not uncommon. But what really sells Pensacola is its balance. Laid-back living with just enough city heartbeat. The downtown is alive, with brick roads, buzzing food halls, jazz bars, and centuries of history beneath your feet. Just minutes away, white sand beaches stretch endlessly, some of the most underrated in the state. This isn't Miami Flash or Orlando's crowds. It's front porches, seafood boils, and that unmistakable southern hospitality. You'll hear "yes ma'am" and "how's your mama" from strangers who quickly become neighbors. Military families know it well. Pensacola is home to the Blue Angels and a long naval tradition. The base anchors the local economy, while also creating a tight-knit, resilient community. It's a place where people look you in the eye, where baristas remember your order, where the sunrise over Escambia Bay makes you pause every single time. For remote workers and young couples, the mix of affordable housing and coastal lifestyle feels like a secret too good to keep. And for retirees, you're getting your Florida dream, without the price tag or the pressure. Festivals here are frequent, local, and loud, from seafood fests to Mardi Gras parades. And nature lovers have options too, from kayak trails to state parks and quiet fishing docks. Pensacola isn't trying to be everything to everyone, and that's exactly why it works. It knows what it is, an affordable, soulful city by the sea. One where your money stretches, your neighbors matter, and your life just slows down. If you're searching for the real Florida, the one that still has time for charm, you just found it. Welcome to Pensacola. At number 2 is Dade City. Quiet, humble, authentic. Dade City isn't trying to be the next big thing, and that's exactly why people are falling in love with it. Set in the soft green hills of inland Pasco County, this little Florida town delivers something rare: peace without isolation. Here, life still happens face to face. You know your neighbor, you greet strangers, you slow down. The cost of living? Shockingly low. You'll find rentals dipping below $950 a month, and cozy homes under $200K. But it's not just about price, it's about lifestyle. Downtown is lined with oak-shaded streets, antique stores, vintage boutiques, and bakeries that know your order by heart. Forget skyscrapers. Think church steeples, front porches, citrus trees. This is Florida without the flash, and it's beautiful in its simplicity. There's a thriving local food scene fueled by nearby farms, kumquat groves, Saturday markets, homemade pies sold from someone's driveway. Tampa is an hour away, but you won't feel the rush. In Dade City, time stretches longer, conversations go deeper, and stress feels like it never made it out here. You can build a life here, not just rent one. Perfect for first-time buyers, growing families, and anyone tired of city chaos. And while others chase the Florida dream on crowded coasts, you could quietly live it right here, with space to breathe and room to grow. It's the kind of town that feels like a deep exhale. Like you've been running for years and finally found somewhere to rest. Dade City isn't a tourist stop. It's a town built for living, soft, steady, and strong. Number 1 is Bartow, tucked between the bustling highways of Tampa and the tourist trails of Orlando. Bartow moves at a gentler pace, where the breeze still carries the scent of orange blossoms, and time feels more like a friend than a race. Founded in the 1850s, Bartow is not only the historic seat of Polk County, it's the kind of place where American tradition still lives. You'll find classic southern porches, Spanish moss draped like lace from old oaks, and red brick courthouses that whisper tales from generations past. Despite its deep roots, Bartow remains shockingly affordable. Here you can still rent for under $950 a month, and the median home price? Around $150,000 to $200,000, a price tag that seems almost mythical in today's Florida. But Bartow is more than just cheap housing. It's a community, one where the high school football game brings out the whole town, where the local hardware store knows you by name. And the Saturday farmers market isn't just for shopping, it's for catching up with neighbors and swapping recipes for peach cobbler. The city's downtown is quiet, but it's dignified. Elegant murals tell the story of its past. Antique shops line Main Street. Cafes serve sweet tea on patios where nothing feels rushed. For families, Bartow is a dream. Safe, nurturing, and rich in tradition. For retirees, it's peaceful and rooted. For remote workers or creatives, it offers space, inspiration, and unmatched value. And for those weary of Florida's skyrocketing costs and frenzied pace, Bartow is a breath of warm, citrus-scented air. It's where the soft life isn't a luxury, it's the way of life. Bartow isn't flashy, it isn't loud, but that's what makes it magic. The soul of old Florida still beating strong and waiting to welcome you home. So there you have it, 10 hidden gems across Florida. Places where the sunshine is free, the pace is gentle, and your dollar still means something. In a state known for sky-high prices and constant motion, these towns are the quiet exceptions. They remind us that home isn't always about square footage. Sometimes it's about soul. Maybe you're starting over. Maybe you're retiring. Or maybe, like so many, you're just looking for space to breathe again. Affordable doesn't have to mean forgotten. Small doesn't have to mean boring. And quiet doesn't mean there's no future, only that it starts with peace. These towns may not make headlines, but they just might change your life. So pack your dreams, not your stress. The road to freedom might just begin on a side street in Florida. And your best chapter yet? It could be waiting where you least expected it. Drop a comment below. Which city surprised you the most? Are you already living in one of these places, or thinking of moving? Like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe for more weekly content on where to live, how to save, and the best places to thrive in 2025 and beyond. See you in the next one.